Hey, congratulations on your documentary, Four Daughters.
Thank you.
It is the style, the way how you filmed this documentary is so riveting and so interesting. I do have to admit, it is a very unique film.
Thank you. Thank you.
But tell us what actually sparked you to do this documentary in the first place?
I've heard an interview of Olfa, the mother, on the radio. In 2016, she started talking about the story of her daughters on the media in Tunisia. So I've heard an interview, and it was like an impulsion. I want to do something about this story because it's a kind of tragedy, but you want to know why. So I called Olfa and I started thinking about doing a documentary. In the beginning, I was a little bit lost because I started thinking about a normal, let's say, documentary, and it doesn't work. It wasn't, how to say, it doesn't tell or restore all the multi-layered aspect of the story. So I put it aside, thinking that maybe this story is like a minefield. I can't tell it. I don't have the shoulder as a filmmaker to tell it. I did another movie, The Man Who Sold His Skin. And then after this movie, I came back to this project. And I was thinking that what I need in this story is to dig deep in their past to understand why. And when we think about bringing or summoning the past in documentary, we think about a cliche, which is reenactment. So I told myself that I need to hijack reenactment that I don't like as a form. I'll bring actors, but it will be more like an open conversation about those memories with some reenactment. So this is how I got the idea. And then we started shooting. But it took me many years before, figuring out how to tell the story, in which way, what is better, how to as I said, how to show all this complexity, but in a coherent and understandable way for the audience.
Now, was it easy to convince Orphan and her two daughters to relive through the reenactments, or was this therapeutic for them?
No, it wasn't complicated to convince them because when I met Olfa, she was on the media telling the story of her daughters. She had a very bad experience because while telling the story of her daughters in the media, she was like attacked on social media, and but they were willing from the beginning to share their story. They, as you can see in the movie, they are natural born storyteller. And one of the things that I didn't started shooting right away, I thought they need to have a therapy, before we start shooting. So they followed the therapy, Olfa and the two daughters, many years before we start shooting in 2021. And it was really amazing. I think I underestimated the therapeutic benefit of the movie to them, because on the set while shooting the movie, the girls have this safe space that we created so they can tell stuff to their mother. She can hear it without shouting or being in the denial. So it makes them closer to each other, and it gave them the possibility to go back to their past and to understand stuffs. So it was really, for them, they can speak about it, a very positive experience.
So when you structured this film, did you have to create sort of a mini script, or you just did it with an outline?
Yeah, I had an outline. I mean, like, for this day we will shoot this memory, the wedding scene, so since I knew their life, I selected the moments that for me are significant, for the disappearance of the two girls. And I had an outline, and then when we start, it was open, so everybody, the Ulf and her daughters tell what happened, and then the actor asked question. They played the scene together. It was really open, like in documentary.
Now, with the more emotional scenes, how do you know when to keep the camera rolling or when to turn it off?
It's how to say. Uh, I mean, I knew that I turned off the camera so many times in the shooting because it was too emotional. Uh, I mean, it depends, sometimes I see that they are willing to tell stuff that I think it's not good for them to tell it, So I shut the camera, and they try to change the scene, to change to shoot another thing. Um, and there are times where they needed the help of actress to speak. So it depends, It was like every day is like a new collective experience for us as a crew, for them, for the actors.
So, tell me about the actors. How do you make the actors comfortable that they are acting with real subjects in their film?
Um, yeah, it's not comfortable for actors because they are out of their comfort zone. They are not used to this. But it was what I told them from the beginning. It's a specific movie. I mean, they had trust on me. The actress playing Olfa, she's like every day asking me, "What is this movie we are doing?" you know. So there was this trust, but I told them what is the device that they have. They will not act, but also react as a person, not as actor. And I encouraged them to do this. So it was really a special experience for them.
I was gonna say that it seems like you encourage the interaction between the actors and the subjects. Where after some time, could you tell us about the relationships between the family and the actors? Because it seems like they grown very close to each other.
Yes, it was really amazing, especially with the sisters, the actors playing the sisters. Uh, they became like a cinematographic sisterhood, created by the movie. The four girls became very close. I thought that they are sister, till today they are like, they have a WhatsApp group together. They are sharing information. They are meeting. They are like, they became very, very, it exceeded what I thought, um, and this is, I mean, young girls are like this, actors or not. uh, then you have the actress playing the mother. She's a well-known actress in the region. She's a kind of star, and when she arrived in the beginning, and we see it in the movie, she said, I want to protect myself, you know. And what was fascinating for me, the relationship between her and Olfa, because she is Olfa's mirror in a way, so she said, I want to protect myself, and and she was really tough on Olfa. I mean, not tough, but telling Olfa some truth. And Olfa is not the kind of person that can be impressed by star or something like this. So there was an equality between them, between those two different women, which was like a kind of respect and admiration, going both sides. So it was also another type of relationship, very fascinating.
I was going to mention that Orpha seemed to be a very, very tough woman. You know, she has her world in a certain type of box, and I'm amazed that she actually stood there through the entire production to learn different perspectives and truths.
Yeah, she's tough woman. She's also courageous woman, She's full of contradiction. And that's why I thought that she's fascinating as a character, because she's at the same time uh, violent, but also loves her children. Uh, she's the first person to defend patriarchy, but also she's a strong woman, independent woman. So she's, you know, full of contradiction. Yeah.
Now, when both the actors and the subjects were playful, in conversation and with the singing, is that what was that natural? Did it happen on its own, or was that also part of the story?
I
Like when
didn't
they said when
understand.
like there's several scenes where they all sang together. Was that did that come naturally, or was that a part of the bullet point for the story?
Um, as I told you, we have bullet points, and then I had two camera on set. We start shooting, and sometimes the scene change of, they talk about something else, they sing, they like, so it depends, but nothing was scripted. I let them um, grow the scene. I don't know if we can say this, but they improvise, they think about their emotion. Maybe sometimes I ask a question behind the camera, but all the time the actor took care of this, so nothing was like, let's do this like this.
Now, I have a big question because there was footage of the two sisters at the prison, the jail. Was that your footage, or is that some other footage from someone else?
No, this was our footage. I mean, we wanted to shoot in Libya in the jail. We had an authorization, and before going with all the crew there, the day before, they told us not to come. But we had a fixer in Libya waiting for us. So I told him, we are not welcome, but you are Libyan. Go to the jail and try to meet the girls. So he brought to me those three shots.
Did your contact say that had a conversation with those girls, because that's not shown in
No,
any.
they didn't. Yeah, they didn't speak a lot. They said like, hello, hi, okay. I mean, no, there was no, and he didn't even go with the mic, to record sound. So, but I had conversation with them by phone, before shooting, to tell them that I want to come, that uh, yeah, that we are telling their story and all this.
And can you divulge what the girls told you, if they missed their family or they regretted?
Yeah, they regret a lot because I mean, they were all the time they say we were 15. We don't. I mean, we had no brain. Like it's like a very bad decision, and it's not really a decision. So they regret a lot because they are paying a heavy price for it.
Wow. And one last thing with you is that because your film out of Cannes and going more people is going to have a chance to watch this film. What is the one most important take you hope that they walk away with after viewing Four Daughters?
I don't know. I mean, people are very different, and they take what what they want from movies. But um, maybe to think that I mean, I was really touched by the what Olfa called the curse, and I think it exists in every family, you know, in different ways, which is we are passing to our children what our parent gave us without sometimes questioning it. So I think this is a very interesting idea that can question every human being outside of the cultural context or geographical context.
Most excellent. Well, hey, thank you very much for speaking to us about For Daughter. The way how you told this story was terrific,
Thank you.
and hopefully more people will get to watch it, and hopefully down the road there'll be a happy reunion with the whole family.
Let's hope so. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.